Hi everybody, I'm so excited. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited because I have worked really hard on these trees for you guys for Christmas. And so this whole project started. My mother-in-law has a tree that looks similar to this one. It had no star, and the only few little pom-poms it had on it were red. And I thought for the last for probably the last two Christmases, I've seen that, and I thought, man, I really want to make that for YouTube, for you guys. And then I get sidetracked with something else and never got around to it. Well, this year I finally did. So I hope you guys love these. I hope you guys come up with a million different ways to make your tree. In the description box, there are links to my social media platforms, whichever one you want to do, or you can shoot me an email. I want to see what you come up with because that would make my heart happy. Anywho, all right, let's just get straight into what you're going to need. So the base of your Christmas tree is a styrofoam cone. All right, the link is going to be in the description box for those cones. They come in a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you can get smaller. I don't remember right offhand, but this is the pack this is what I have left. Set that there. Let's see. They are 12 inches tall. Let me get my tape measure. I'm just going by the top of my cone. It's 12 inches by 12 by 4.5. So 12 inches tall by 4.5 inches wide at the bottom. And then our tree actually stands without it. And then our tree just slips right over the top of it. Okay. All right. And then you are going to need, now in the tutorial, even right now, you cannot see it. This green tree is actually Red Heart Super Saver Patty Green. And this is how much I have left after one skein. And these are, how many yards are these? Where is it at? Okay, we got 7 ounces, 198 grams, 364 yards, or 333 meters. I have maybe a fourth of that left, maybe an eighth. Let's say I probably have an eighth of that left. So a whole skein for whatever color yarn you want to use for your tree. But anyway, what I was saying was this is Patty Green, and then this is actually Red Heart Super Saver Hunter Green. But you can't tell in the video or through my camera, so this is what I have left, the difference in the green, which is really weird because this is like a shamrock green and this is like a deep, spruce kind of green. So it's funny that you can't see the difference. All right, so get you a green, and then okay, let's talk about your tension. That's an important topic for this tree. So I made my very first one, the ones I call my prototype. I used a 6mm hook. I put it on my tree and it was way too big. I shouldn't say way. It was too big for my cone. I went down to a 5mm crochet hook, and it fits pretty good. Once I finish my tree, and I show you guys on camera, we put our hands inside of our tree and just kind of, give it a good tug all the way around. Fits on our tree. So depending on your tension, if you have a really loose tension, I would definitely use if it's super loose, I'd go down to a 4.5mm with the 4-weight yarn. If you're average, 5mm will work. If you're super tight, I'd go to the 6mm. Okay. It's totally up to your tension. I am going to actually move my camera down just a tad bit, right like that, so you can see everything I got. All right. So depending on your tension is going to totally depend on the hook size you're going to use. Okay. Like I said, if you're super loose, go down to a 5. I'd go down to a 4.5 if you're super loose, maybe a 4. If you're average like mine is, I would do a 5. You might be able to get away with a 5.5. But if you're average, or I mean, your tension is super tight, then go to a 6 and maybe even a 6.5. What I recommend is that you work rounds 1 through 10, stop, try it on your tree. It's going to be a little snug, which is what we want. But if it's like super tight, you cannot get it on your tree, you need to go down to a smaller hook. If it's super floppy on your tree, go down a hook size. If it's snug, a little tight, just putting your fingers in there and kind of pulling it apart and it fits good, you're perfect. All right, so moving on. What else are you going to need? Oh, go ahead and grab you a stitch marker just in case. And then, of course, your scissors, your needle to weave in your ends. And then let's talk about your decorations. So for this tree, I have these tiny little pom-poms that I got out of a pack. I have them in a bag that I pulled out of my cabinet. Anyway, I got these from Amazon because the ones at Walmart, which is actually this bag inside of my bag, the smallest ones were just a tad too big. So I jumped on Amazon and I found a assorted bag, and they have these super little tiny ones that work perfect. So link in the description box for these little pom-poms. Let me set that over here. Okay. What else are you gonna need? Okay. So for the star right there on that tree, this star, the link for the video that I followed, which is Hooked by Robin, is going to be in the description box. I made 2 of those, and then if you turn it sideways, you can see that I just hot glued it together around the little nub at the top of my tree. And then for this tree, the little garland that you can see, I used this. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I chained a super long length. Okay, and what I did was I chained the super long length, and then I took my hair straightener and I put my hair straightener on the hottest setting, and then just slowly pulled it through my straightener, and it made it nice and drapey, so it draped around my tree. And then I put a little dot of hot glue and just hot glued everywhere. And then the ribbons I got from Walmart. And this is 5/8 ribbon from Walmart. Where did I just had it. Well, it's 5/8 inch ribbon. I do not see my thing right now. I don't know what the heck I did with it. Oh, it's right here, duh. It's 5/8 inch wide ribbon. And I'll put a link in the description for the video that I followed to make that bow. Okay, you're going to need a hot glue gun. And anything else that you can come up with that you want to decorate your tree, I mean, go crazy. I want to see your guys' trees. In the description box, there's going to be a link to all the videos that I'm telling you about, the supplies. There's also going to be links to my social media platforms, all of them that I'm on. And if you're on any of those, or you just want to shoot me an email, that's down there too. I want to see the Christmas trees that you guys come up with, because I bet you can come up with some adorable little trees. And I even went through all of my my crafting supplies, and I still couldn't find anything that I thought was cute to put on this tree, on the little trees. But I bet you guys have a bunch. I just thought, I bet buttons would have been cute. A whole tree with nothing but buttons all over it. Okay, so, let me think. I'm double checking to make sure I've said everything I want to say. Oh, okay, so there is one thing that I do want to mention. This is going to be a 2-part video. Part 1 is going to be making the tree, and then part 2 are the branches, which the branches I kind of go, I feel like I went a little too fast, and I apologize for that. But if you know how to work a treble and chain and a slip stitch, you'll be fine. That's all the branches consist of. But anyway, That's it, guys. Get your supplies together. I know somebody's going to comment in my comment section and complain that I talk too much, but whenever you comment that and then say, what was this? What was this? I'm not going to answer you. All right. Thank you, guys, and get your supplies together and let's get started. Okay, so to get started, let's get a slip knot on our hook. Missed that. All right, and we are going to start with a chain of 2. So this first chain I want to be a little larger, so I'm going to open it up just a bit and chain 1 and 2, and right back into that very first chain we're going to work 6 double crochets. So 1, pull through 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now we're going to slip stitch to the first one, which I'm going to count backwards because these get a little hard to see. I think it's right here, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right there is 6. So I'm just going to bring it in there. Oops. Maybe try popping it out. What we're going for is a little cone shape. There we go. So we want this kind of shape, and that's what's going to go over the top of our styrofoam cone. Okay, so that was the end of round 1, so go ahead and chain 1. And then for round 2, we're going to work 2 double crochet right back into the same double that we just slip stitched into. So go right back in there with 1 and 2. I'm going to pause and get myself a little bit of slack. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, now we're going to double crochet into the next double. 2 double into that next double. Double crochet into the next double. Two double into our next. And double crochet into the very last. And we should have 9 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good deal. All right, slip stitch to the first double crochet to end row 2, or round 2 I should say, and right there, that is the slip stitch. Here's our little chain 1, and right there is that first double crochet. So I'm going to slip stitch right into there. Chain 1. Okay, so after you have slip stitched to that first double, chain 1, we're going to move on to round 3, and we're going to single crochet into the same double we just slip stitched into. So go right in there with a single, and now we're going to single into the next 2. 1 and 2. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to skip any singles. Go right into the next single, or I'm sorry, skip any doubles. Go right into that next double, and we're going to single crochet. And then single crochet into the next 2. 1, 2. Chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single into the next 3 double. 1, 2, 3. That should be our last one, and we're going to end the row by working our third chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch to the first single crochet of round 3, and I'm going to stop, pull up a loop, and I'm going to go ahead and just snip that little tail. Just like that, and then the rest of that tail can go inside. Alright, so at the end of round 3 we should have 3 chain 5 loops. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let me I had a pencil, just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to find a pencil to mark off my rows and what pattern. Alright, so to move on to row 4, we're going to chain 1, and right back into that same single crochet we're going to work a double. 1, and we're going to double into the next. And then 2 double crochet into the next. 1, 2. So for round 4, what we're going to be doing is working into the single crochets only. So there's 2 ways you can get past these chains. You can take them to the inside and just bring your work together and jump past them and then poke them out later, or you can just go ahead and poke them out and try to work past them like that. Whatever is easier for you is what I suggest you do. What is easiest for me is just to poke them into the inside and work past them, and then I'll poke them back out later after I finish the row, actually. Alright, so that's what we're going to repeat around. Double crochet into the next single, double into the next, 2 double into the next. So it's double, double, 2, double, double, 2. Okay, I'm just going to push that chain out of the way, double into the next, double into our next, 2 double into the next. Get that chain out of the way, and we're back to our beginning. So slip stitch to the first double crochet, and you should have 12 double crochet. So I'm going to chain 1 and just pull up a loop and go ahead and pop those chains back out. 1, 2, and the last one right there is 3. All right, to move on to row 5, we are going to chain 1. Oh, I already did that. Chain 1, and we're going to single crochet back into the double crochet we just slip stitched into. So single crochet in there, single crochet into the next 2 double, chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet into the next 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single into the next 3, 1, 2, 3, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single into the last 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to stop for a second. If you guys my husband's gonna kill me, but if you guys heard him blow his nose, he's in the shower. Okay, slip stitch to the third, or I'm sorry, I lost count. Slip stitch to the first single crochet of the row, right there. And that is the end of row 5, and we should have 4 chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that is the end of row 5. I get my pencil and mark it off. All right, so we're going to move on to row 6, chain 1, and for row 6, all we're going to do is work 1 double crochet into each of the singles. So go right, excuse me, my stomach just growled. Double crochet right back into the single that you just slip stitched into. Double into the next, and the next, and just like before, you can push them to the inside, you can push them to the out, whatever's more comfortable for you. Like I said, pushing them to the inside is preferable to me. It just makes it easier for me. And then I'll pop them out. Let's see. 1, and here. I don't, you know what, I don't think I said at the end of round 4 you should have 12 double crochet, and then at round 5 we didn't increase, so round 6 we're not increasing, so at the end of this round you should have 12 double crochet. Here I got 2 here, oh, I didn't mean to lose that one. Get that chain out of the way. And we are back to the beginning. So slip stitch to your first double crochet and chain 1. I'm going to stop for just a second, pop these chains out. Right there. Right there, right there, and right there. All right, so that's the end of row 6. So we are going to move on to row 7. And row 7, we are going to repeat row 5. So we are going to single crochet right back into the double that we just slip stitched into. Single crochet into there. Single crochet into the next 2 double, 1 and 2, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, single crochet into the next 3 double, 2, 3, chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, missed that one. Single crochet into the next 3 double, chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, single into the next 3, 1, 2, 3. We're to our beginning, so we chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come down, slip stitch to the first single. All right, that is the end of row 7. So we move on to row 8, and row 8 we are going to repeat row 4. So we chain 1, double crochet into the same single you just slip stitched into, right there, double crochet into the next, 2 double into the next. So we're going to increase on this round. Jump past your chain, double into the next, double into the next, 2 double into the next. Get my chain out of the way, double, double, increase. I am going to pause. I need to pull out some slack. I will be right back. Okay, I got a big old pile pulled out now. Okay, all right, jump to the next single, and we're gonna work double, double, increase, oh, we're to the beginning. All right, slip stitch to you for your first double crochet. I said that weird. All right, let me go back in my pattern. And that is the end of round 8, and you should have 16 double crochets. Oh, I'm going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and I'm going to pop out my chains. Well, there it is. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so to move on to round 9, we're going to single, pardon me, chain 1 and go right back into that double that we just slip stitched into, and we're going to single crochet. And we are going to single crochet into the next 3 double. 1, 2, 3. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's what we're going to repeat around. Single into the next 4 double. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 4 double. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing? Single crochet into the next 4 double, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 4 double. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, dang it, 6. Slip stitch to that first single crochet. Chain 1. And that is the end of round 9. And we're going to move on to round 10. We double crochet right back into that single that we just slip stitched into. Go in there with a double. And we're going to double into the next 2. 1 and 2. 2 double crochet into the next. My stomach is growling again. 1, 2. And that's what we're going to repeat around. Double crochet into the next 3 single, 2 double into the next. So I'm going to pull my chain to the inside, double into the next 3 single, 1, 2, 3, increase into the next. 1 and 2. Double into the next 3. Get in there. 1, 2, 3. Increase into the next. Get my chain out of the way. Double into the next 3. 1, 2, 3, increase into the next. 1 and 2. And I'm sorry, I don't remember if I said that. Increase, basically it's two double into the next. I think I started off saying 2 doubles and then switched to increase. I'm sorry. All right, so we made it all the way around. We're going to slip stitch right there to our first double crochet. Chain 1. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a loop and pop out my chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the end of round 10. Move on to round 11, and we are repeating row 9. In row 9, we single crocheted into 4 and then chain 6. So I chained 1 already, so I'm going to single crochet into the double we just slip stitched into and double into the next 3. 1, or I'm sorry, single into the next the next 3. So 4 single, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 1, 2, dang it, 3, 4, chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We made it back to the beginning. Slip stitch to your first single. And you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 6s. And I think once again, at the end of round 10, I didn't tell you, we should have 20 double crochet, okay? I am actually going to pause and go get something to eat so my stomach will stop growling. I'll be right back. Okay. So now, that was the end of round 11. To move on to round 12, chain 1. In round 12, we're going to repeat round 6, which we just work 1 double crochet around. So double crochet right back into the single that you slip stitched into, double into the next, let's see, into the next 19. I didn't mean to say that. I was getting confused. Anyway, double crochet into each of your singles all the way around, moving your chains out of the way, just like before. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause and work mine off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I double crocheted all the way around, made it back to the beginning. I'm going to slip stitch to my first double crochet, chain 1, pull up a loop, stop, and pop my chains back out. Right here and right there. Okay. Okay, so for round 13, we're going to repeat round 9, and that's a single into 4 double crochet, chain 6. So single 4, chain 6, 4, chain 6. So to start, we're going to go right back into the double crochet that we just slip stitched into, and then into the next 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys finish this round by yourself, and I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I will come back on the last chain 6. Okay, so I single crocheted into the last 4. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. Chain 1, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain 6s. Okay, so to move on to round 14, we are going to repeat round 10, and round 10 is a double crochet into 3 singles, and then into the next we work an increase, which is 2 doubles. So 3 double increase, 3 double increase. So we're going to go right back into the single crochet we just slip stitched into with a double, double into the next 2, 1, 2. So there's 3 double increase or 2 double into the next 1 and 2. Get that chain out of your way, double into the next 3 single, one, 2, 3, increase. All right, and I'm going to let you guys finish this by yourself. Double into 3, increase into the next 3, increase, 3, increase, all the way around, and I will meet you when we get to this last single crochet. Alrighty, so I repeated that around into my last single with 2 double. Get that chain out of the way, and we're going to slip stitch to our first double crochet. Chain 1, and I'm going to pop out my chains. Okay, so now we should have 25 double crochet, and that is the end of row 14. Still should have our 5 chain 6s, and we're going to move on to round 15. So for round 15, we are going to single crochet into 5 and then chain 6. So single crochet 5, chain 6, 5, chain 6. So right into the same double we just slip stitched into, go right in there with a single, and now we're going to single into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, single crochet into the next 5 double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 5. And then chain 6. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys work that off camera. I'm going to start doing that more often throughout this tutorial, telling you the pattern and letting you work it off camera, because it's essentially the same thing we've been doing, just the number changes. The reason being, if I don't, this tutorial is going to end up being like 3 hours long, and we don't want that, do we? All right, so work your 5 singles, chain 6, 5 single, chain 6. And I will be right back. Okay, so I repeated that around. I worked into the last 5, chain 6. We still should have 5 chain 6 spaces, chain 6s, slip stitch to that first single crochet, chain 1. That's the end of round 15. To move to round 16, we are going to double crochet into 4 singles, and then we're going to increase. So 4 double increase, 4 double increase. So we slip stitch to our first single, chain 1, double crochet right back into that single. Oh no, I heard a squeak. All right, so there's 1. Now go into the next 3 with 1 double. So there's a total of 4 double. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase into the next. Increase is 2 double into 1. All right, so that is what we're going to repeat around. Double into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Increase into the next. 1, 2. Double into the next 4, increase into the next. Repeat that around, and I will meet you guys when I get to the end of my round. Okay, so I repeated that around. I worked 2 double into my last single. I'm going to come straight over, slip stitch to the top of my first double crochet. Oops. And you should have 30 double crochets. Chain 1, pull up a loop, and I'm going to go ahead and pop out my chains. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that was the end of round 16. So to move on to round 17, we are going to repeat row 15, which is a single into the next 5 double, chain 6. So slip stitch to the first double, chain 1, and we're going to go right back in there with a single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 5, chain 6. 5, 6, 5, 6. I'm going to let you repeat that around, and I will get mine done, and I will be right back. Okay, so I repeated that around, worked my last chain 6, slip stitch to my first single crochet, and chain 1. So now we should have 6 chain 6s. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right there is the 6th. All right, so that is the end of round 17. So we're going to move on to round 18. And round 18, we are going to repeat round 6, which is just 1 double crochet into each single all the way around. So I'm going to go right back into the single that I just slip stitched into with a double and work 1 double into each single all the way around. So again, I'm going to get mine done off camera. You guys go ahead and get yours done, and at the end we should have 30 double crochet. Alrighty, I will be right back. Okay, so I repeated that around, 1 double all the way around, slip stitch to my first, chain 1, pop these out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let's move on to round 19. Round 19, we're going to work a single into 4 double crochet and then chain 6. So go into the double crochet we just slip stitched into with a single, and then a single into the next 3. So 1, 2, 3. There's 4 single, chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 4. I am going to stay with you for, well, I'll just, how about this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, work the 4 single crochet, chain 6 all the way around, but at the end you should have 2 double crochet left. So we're gonna, the very end is gonna be a single crochet into the next, or I mean the last 6 double, okay? And then work our chain 6. So I'm gonna repeat mine around and I will be right back. Okay, so I worked that around, 4 chain 6, 4 chain 6, and I ended with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet, chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, slip stitch to our first single crochet, and we now should have 7 chain 6 loops. And that is the end of round 19. So to move on to round 20. Okay, so for round 20, we slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1, and we're going to double crochet into 3 singles, then increase. So double crochet into the single crochet that we just slip stitched into the next 2, and then increase. 1 and 2. Get your chain out of the way, double into the next 3, increase, double into the next 3, increase. Repeat that around. However, at the end, we are going to work a double into the next 1, 2, 3, increase, and then you should have 2 single crochet left, okay? So work the 3 double increase, 3 double increase all the way around until this last little section. Then we're going to work 1, 2, 3, increase, and then 2 double into the last, or a double into the last 2 single crochet. All right, so repeat that around, and then you should have 37 double crochet at the end of round 20. All right, so I'm going to get mine done off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I have repeated that around. I'm going to slip stitch to my first double crochet, chain 1, and I'm going to stop and pop out these chains, and we should have 37 double crochet. One more. All right. Okay, so for round 21, we are going to single crochet right back into the double that we just slip stitched into, and we're going to single crochet into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the next 6 double, and that is what we are going to repeat around. However, at the end, you should have 7 double crochet left. So single crochet into the last 7, then work your last chain 6, okay? So it's 6 single, chain 6, 6 single, chain 6, all the way around until the very last. You should have 7 double crochet left, single crochet into the last 7, and then work that last chain 6. Okay, and you should have 6 chain 6s. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine done, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have repeated that around. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochet on my last little section, chain 6, and slip stitch to the first single crochet, and that is the end of row 21. And to move on to row 22, we are going to work chain one first. All right, so I'm sorry, I bumped my camera. We're going to double crochet into the same single we just slip stitched into, and we're going to double crochet into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase into the next. 1 and 2. So to repeat for the round, we're going to work a single, or a double into the next 5 single crochet, increase into the next. We're going to repeat that around, and at the end, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase into the next, and then just skip that last one. Skip the very last single crochet right there. And you should have a total of 42 double crochets. So single crochet into, double crochet into 5 singles, increase, 5, increase, 5, increase. At your last little section, work the 5 double crochet, increase into the next, just skip that last one, slip stitch to your first double, and you should have 42 double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine done off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have repeated that around, skip that very last one, slip stitch to my first, chain 1, and you should have 42 doubles. Go ahead and pop all your little chain spaces out. Okay. Get my hook back on there. Okay, so moving on to round 23, we are going to single crochet into 6, chain 6. Single crochet 6, chain 6. So I'm going to single crochet right back into the double I just slip stitched into. 1, into the next 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 6. 6, single into the next 6, chain 6. Repeat that all the way around, and we don't have anything wonky going on at the end of this round. We just single crochet into the last 6 and then work our last chain 7, and at the end of this round we should have 7 chain 6 spaces. Okay, so again, I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so I repeated that around, single crocheted into my last 6, chain 6, slip stitch to my first single crochet, chain 1. Okay, so that's the end of round 23. 24, we are going to work 1 double crochet into each of the singles all the way around. So another super simple row, double crochet into each single. Of course, go right back into the one you just slip stitched into without getting tangled up and everything. And double crochet around and move your chains out of the way as you go. And again, at the end of round 24, you should have 42 double crochet. All right, I'm going to get mine done off camera. You guys get yours done. I'll be right back. All right, so I repeated that around. I'm going to jump past this last chain, slip stitch to my first double, chain 1. All right, and that is the end of round 24. For round 26, we are going to repeat 23. We're going to work a single crochet into 6, chain 6, 6 single, chain 6, 6 single, chain 6. So I'm going to go right back into the double I just slip stitched into for 1, and then into the next 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single, chain 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 6, chain 6. Repeat that all the way around. Oh, I'm sorry. And I will meet you at the end. And you should, like the last round, there's nothing wonky. You should end with the 7th, chain 6. All right? I'll be right back. All right. So I worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 6 to end round 25. Now I'm going to slip stitch to my first single, chain 1, and I'm going to stop, and we should have again 7 chain 6s. And I forgot to pull out my double crochets from the last, or I'm sorry, my double crochets, my chains from that last round that we did. Okay. All right, now you get, like I said, you should have 7 chain 6s. So that is the end of round 25. To move on to round 26, chain 1 and double crochet right into the same single we just slip stitched into. And we're going to double crochet into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double, increase into the next. 1 and 2. And that is what we are going to repeat around. Double into the next 5, increase, 5, increase, 5, increase. Repeat that all the way around. Get your chain space, your chain loops out of the way, and at the end you should have 49 double crochet. So there's nothing wonky at the end again. We're just going to work the last stitch, the last single crochet gets our increase, and that should be 49 double crochet. So once again, I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so I repeated that around, slip stitch to my first double, and you should have 49 double crochet. All right, let's move on to round 27. We're going to chain 1, and we are going to single crochet into 7, then chain 6. 7, chain 6. So single crochet into the first double that you slip stitch to, and into the next 6 for a total of 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 7. All right, now chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Single crochet into the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then chain 6. Single crochet into the next 7, chain 6. Repeat that all the way around, and you should have 7 chain 6 spaces. So I'm going to get mine done, and I will meet you at this last stitch. Okay, so I've repeated that around, single crocheted into the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chain 6, slip stitch to our first single crochet. I bumped the camera, I apologize. Slip stitch, chain 1, and that is the end of round 27. And to move on to round 28, chain your 1, and we are going to double crochet into the same single crochet we just slip stitched into. Double crochet into the next 5 for a total of 6 double crochet. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more is 6, and then we're going to increase into the next, and that's what we're going to repeat all the way around. Double crochet 6, increase, 6, increase, all the way around. And when you, oh, I did it again. When you get to the end, you should have 56 double crochet. So repeat that around, 6 double increase, 6 double increase, and I will meet you at the end. Okay, so I repeated that around, 2 double crochet, an increase into my last double, slip stitch to my first, and the last couple rounds I forgot to pop out those little chains. I can still reach them, so I'll do that later. But anyway, all right, that is the end of round 28. Round 29, we're getting closer and closer to the end, guys, I promise. There's 32 rounds. And we are getting ready to start round 29. 29, we are going to work 7 single crochet, then chain 6. 7 single crochet, then chain 6. So into the very first double that we just slip stitched into, work a single, and then we're going to single crochet into the next 6 for a total of 7 single crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the next 7, then chain 6, 7, chain 6, 7, chain 6. Repeat that around, and at the end of your round, you should have 8 chain 6 spaces. All right, so go ahead and repeat yours around, and I will get mine done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I repeated that around, work my last chain 6, slip stitch to my first single crochet. All right, that's the end of round 29. So for round 30, super simple. Chain 1 and work 1 double crochet into each of our singles all the way around. All right, and again, you should have 56 double crochet. So I'm going to let you guys work that off camera, I'm going to let you guys work yours. I'm going to work mine off camera, and I will be right back. Double into the single we just slip stitched into, and then 1 double into each single all the way around. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've repeated that around, worked a double into each of the singles. I am going to slip stitch to that very first double crochet right there, chain 1. Alrighty, so that is the end of round 30. 31, we are going to repeat round 29, and all we're going to do is work a single into the next 7 double crochet, chain 6. 7 single, chain 6. So I'm going to single crochet right back into the double that we just slip stitched into, and then into the next 6 for a total of 7. I split that. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more for 7. Chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single into the next 7 double. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and single crochet into the next 7, chain 6. And again, I forgot to pop out my little chains. But anyway, all right, repeat that around and I will meet you at the end. All right, so I have repeat that around, singled into my last 7, chain 6, slip stitch to my first single crochet, chain 1. Okay, so that is the end of round 31. For the very last round of our tree, I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to pull out my camera like this. So when I take my tree, go ahead and pull it, my hook off. I'm going to get my hands in here and give it a good stretch and then put it on my cone. So for your last round, I want you to look at the distance between the end of your work and the end of your cone. If you have this big old huge space, even after you stretch it and pull it and, you know, get it on your cone nice and neat, if yours looks like mine and there's a little bit of space right there, your last round, I want you to work 1 double crochet all the way around. All right, that's your last round. Now let's say you have like that much space. Go ahead and work a round of double crochet. After you work that round of double crochet, if there's still just a little bit of space, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt anything, because once we work these leaves, I forgot to poke these out. Once we work those leaves, you won't be able to see the bottom of the cone. Okay, so let's say you have just a tiny little bit of space right there. You can just leave it alone and be done after this round, or add a round of half double crochet instead of double crochet. Okay, so if you have a whole bunch of space, work around a double crochet and see what you get. If if you're just like right there, you're good. I wouldn't worry about it. If you have this much left already after this round, you can go ahead and be done. If you have, just a little bit, go ahead and work a round of half double. I am going to go ahead and work a round of double crochet and call mine good. So for your very last round, depending on your tension, depending on your yarn, depending on all kinds of different things, your last round could be different. My last round, I'm going to go ahead and work a round of double crochet. And just follow what I just showed you guys. If you have a whole bunch of space left, work a round of half double, and maybe go ahead and add another round of, if you have a whole bunch of space left, work a round of double crochet, and if you still have quite a bit left, go ahead and work another round of half double. It's not going to hurt anything. If you have about as much space as I do, work a round of double crochet. If you have, if it's right to the bottom of your cone, you can go ahead and quit now and be done. Chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. But for mine, I'm going to go ahead and work a round of double crochet all the way around. And then once you have made it all the way around, you are done with the base of your tree. So go ahead and make sure all of your chain spaces are popped out. And then wait for me, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to work my very last round of double crochet. Okay, I am back, and I have worked a round of double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to my very first double, chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. All right, so we are done with the base of our tree. Go ahead and pop out your chain spaces. Okay, so you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rows of your chain spaces. Okay, let me adjust. I don't know why that keeps looking so dark. Like, it looks like I'm in a big shadow. All right, so now go ahead and put your tree in your cone. It should be looking just like that. Here's the top. just like that. Oh, it looks so cute. It's so dark on camera, but it's really not that dark. All right, so I'm going to get that end weaved in, and I'm going to end this as the end of part 1. In the description box is going to be the link to part 2. So go ahead and get all of your ends weaved in. And that is it. Let me think. Is there anything else I need to say? Link for part 2 will be in the description box. Check that out. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss what's next. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.